This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Um, let's continue our discussion from starting. from where we stopped in the previous session, right? Okay. So in the previous session, we discussed about how to prepare a well-formed XML. There are a bunch of syntax rules, how the open tag looks like, how the close tag looks like, what is the syntax we need to follow. Okay, so all these things we discussed, and if we follow all these rules, okay, these are the rules. If we follow strictly, it is called as well-formed XML. But even though we prepare a well-formed XML, still there is one problem. I will explain the problem. Then we will talk about what is this valid XML, how we can make an XML as valid XML. Okay, so let me know, guys, if anyone have any questions from previous session about well-formed XML. No questions? Speak out. If no questions, I will go to valid. I will go to the next thing. Let me show you. There is one small problem in well-formed XML. Well-formed XML is a good XML, no doubt in that, but there is still a problem. Okay, what is that problem? If you understand the problem, then you can think about what is valid XML. Valid XML is a solution for that problem. Okay, so let me give you one example. Okay, example data or example statement. So my statement is employee name is Ravi. This is the statement, guys. Okay, I want XML format for this statement, and I want well-formed XML. Okay, so we are multiple people in this session, right? Let's assume person one, he is writing XML in this way. Okay, he write it e underscore name, and the data is Ravi, close tag e underscore name. Okay, person one wrote the XML like this. Is it well formed or not? Unmute and speak. Is it well formed or not?
Yes, sir.
It is well formed. So from our session, person two, I'm asking person two to prepare an XML. So person two prepared an XML, something like this: name, Ravi, name. Okay, can someone tell me, is it well formed or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is well formed. And person three, for the same statement, for the same example statement, person three wrote like this: XYZ, Ravi, XYZ. Is it well formed or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is also well formed. Person four, he wrote an XML, something like ABC, Ravi, ABC. Is it well formed or not?
No, sir.
No, this is not well formed. Why? Why this is not well formed?
Open tag and
sensitive.
close tag.
No.
Sensitive.
Give the proper statement. We should not say open tag and close tag are not same. We should say close tag is not same as open tag. So there is a difference. Okay, open tag is user defined. Close tag should be same as open tag. Okay, so anyway, this XML is not well formed, but other three XMLs prepared by three different people are well formed XMLs, and three different people, three different persons prepared these three XMLs for the same statement. For the same statement, we have three different XMLs, correct? So this is not pretty good to see and pretty good to handle. Okay, so program, see, when we are talking about a program, that may be done by one guy or 10 guys, it should look same. Okay, so but now what happened here? We have one single statement, and I'm asking multiple two people to prepare the XML. Each person prepares his own XML because this is the feature of XML. Okay, so they followed well-formed rules and they prepared the XML element, and each person prepared the XML element in their own view, and all are well-formed, or except the fourth one. This is anyway not well-formed. This is a wrong XML. Leave about it. But other three well-formed XMLs for the same statement. This is not a good way of doing any programming. So how we need to do, if we have one statement, if I ask 100 people to write the XML, all 100 people should write same XML only. Then only that looks good. Okay, so how we can achieve that? So problem is clear, everyone, please confirm. Is the problem, you understand, even though it is a well-formed XML, there is a problem. You understand the problem? Come on, unmute and
Yes,
tell
sir.
me. I saw only Kaja. Others, please respond. Do you understand the problem or you want me to repeat? This is very important. Vikram,
Sir, once again explain, sir.
listen carefully, guys. So don't concentrate on anything else. Okay, concentrate on the class. Okay, as of
Okay, sir.
now, we learned how to prepare well-formed XML. Okay, how to prepare well-formed XML we discussed in the previous session. Well-formed XML means we need to follow bunch of or set of syntax rules. These are all the syntax rules we discussed yesterday. Okay, if you follow all these rules, we are able to prepare well-formed XML. But to prepare a proper XML, well-formed XML is not enough. This is not enough. Why this is not enough? The reason I am trying to explain. Well-formed XML is not enough to build a proper XML. The problem here is, look into the example. We have a statement. This statement I want to convert into XML. I asked four persons to prepare XML. Four persons prepared their XML in their own point of view. Person 1 prepared the XML this way, e_name. Person 2 prepared the XML name. Person 3 prepared the XML as XYZ. Person 4 prepared the XML as ABC. Out of these four XMLs, four people prepared XMLs for the same statement. Person 1, person 2, person 3, these three XMLs are well-formed XML, no doubt. We are following proper syntax rules. Okay, but person 4 did not follow the syntax rules, so this is not well-formed. So this is wrong. This is wrong. Okay, but now consider first person 1 and 2 and 3. These three are well-formed XMLs, no doubt, for the same statement. We have only one statement that converted into three XMLs. Person 1 prepared one XML, person 2 prepared one XML, person 3 prepared one XML. All three XMLs are well-formed XMLs only. Okay, so if you see, if I ask 100 people to prepare the XML, 100 people will prepare in 100 different ways for the same statement. You got the point? Which is not a good thing, because one statement, if I ask 100 people to write a program, 100 people should write it in the same way. 2 plus 2. What is 2 plus 2? 2 plus 2.
4.
4.
Okay. So 2 plus 2, when I'm asking 2 plus 2, everybody is going to give the same answer. It should not be 5 for one guy, 4 for one guy, 3 for one guy. It should not be in that way, right? See, this is the requirement. I gave a requirement. I gave a plain statement. I'm asking multiple people to prepare the XML. So multiple people prepared their XML in their own way by following well-formed rules. Okay, and they got different XMLs. Getting different XMLs for the same requirement is not a good way. Okay, so we don't want it. We want well-formed XML, but we don't want different XMLs from different people, different persons. Okay, so to solve this problem, we need to talk about something called valid XML. Okay, guys, let me know if it is clear or not clear. Don't say
Yes.
clear, everybody. Okay, so you understand the problem, right? We'll talk about the solution. We'll talk about the solution in next 1 minute. Okay, the problem is clear, right? So now what we do, I don't want to get different XMLs for the same requirement. If I ask 100 people, all 100 people should prepare same XML. That's what I'm expecting now. Okay, for that we need to follow an approach. We need to follow an approach. I will show you the approach. Suppose we have the requirement, nothing but a statement. We have the requirement, which is nothing but a statement, or the data statement. Now what I need is, I need to do something called definition. I need to do something called definition. Okay, I need to define something. I want XML. Okay, for sure I want XML. To prepare the XML, I must have a definition. The definition is, create a simple element, name it as S underscore name. Okay, I gave a definition. This is my definition. Now prepare the XML. Now I want to prepare the XML. So as per definition, what is the simple element we want to use? What is the keyword we want to use as simple element?
Yes, name.
What is the keyword we need to use as simple element? Yes, name. Yes, name. So I strictly gave an instruction. Your simple element name must be
Yes, name.
yes, name. I gave clear instructions here. But in the previous example, I did not provided that instruction. So each person prepared their XML in their own way. Correct? But in this example, along with the requirement, along with the statement, I'm also giving a definition. So if the person who is preparing the XML, he need to follow the definition. He need to strictly follow the definition and then prepare the XML. Now, if I give this along with statement, along with requirement, if I give the definition, person one prepared the XML this way, person two, how he will prepare. Even person two, I gave these two lines. One is requirement, one is definition. I gave the definition along with requirement. So how the person two will prepare the XML? Person two also prepare the XML by following requirement and definition. This way, if I ask 100 people, I'm asking 100 people, this is the requirement. This is the requirement. Line number 20 is the requirement. Line number 22 is the definition. Can you prepare me an XML? Are they able to prepare the XML or not?
Yes, sir. The same way, all 100 people prepare.
All 100 people will prepare the XML in the same way.
Like,
The difference here, the above example, line number 13 and line number 20, the difference here is, in the previous approach, we provided only requirement and each person prepared their XML in their own way. But in the second example, we provided requirement. Along with the requirement, we also provided definition. So now we are asking everybody, person one, person two, person three, we are asking everybody, create an XML by following requirement and definition. Requirement and definition. If they follow this way, then what happened? Every person will prepare the same XML. Every person will prepare the same XML. This point is clear?
clear, sir.
Yes. So it's very simple. If somebody creates an XML by following definition, it is called as, come on,
Valid XML.
Called as valid XML. Okay. If someone creates an XML by using syntax rules, by following all syntax rules, it is called well-formed.
Well formed.
And if somebody prepares an XML by following definition, it is called as valid. When somebody creates an XML which is well-formed and valid, that's a complete XML, that's a proper XML. If we follow both well-formed and valid, that's a proper XML, that's a good XML. That is useful to use in any program. If you prepare only well-formed, only valid, that's nowhere we can use in any programming language. So if your XML is well-formed, if your XML is valid, then only you can say that XML is used in some program. It may be SOA program or Java program. Okay. So you understand, guys, how to prepare the proper XML? We need to follow well-formed rules, and we need to follow definition to make it valid. Okay. Any questions till this point? Any questions?
No, sir.
No. Okay. So now let me write something here. So I will write something here about XML. Here I will something write about definition. Okay. Sir, definition, we are talking about definition, right? In the previous example, definition. This is theory. Theoretically, we are calling it as definition. Technically, this definition is called as XSD. Technical words. XML schema definition, the full form. XML schema definition. Okay. Now, from here onwards, instead of writing definition, I will write it as XSD. Okay. Now, what XML contains? Can someone answer? What XML contains?
Contain elements.
XML contains well formed and valid.
No. XML contains data in the form of elements.
Element.
Clear, sir? XML contains data in the form of elements. Make sure the statement should be very good. Okay. How many types of elements we have? How many types of
Three types.
elements? Three.
Three types. Simple element, complex element, attribute.
Simple element, complex element, attributes. Okay. These are types of elements. Types of elements. Any questions? Any questions? Now come to XSD. What XSD contains? What XSD contains? Come on, sir, speak out. What XSD contains? Shall I? XSD contains definition of XML data. See the difference. XML contains data in the form of elements. XSD contains definition of XML data, or you can say definition of XML elements. Just for your understanding, element is again a data, correct? Sir, are you able to differentiate these two statements or not? This is very important for the course. Just one line statement. What XML contains and what XSD contains. Do you understand these statements or not?
Yes, sir.
Everybody, I need response from
Yes, sir.
everybody, guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I did not get the response from who is this? Shahid? No, I mean Sampath.
Yes, sir.
Guys, please don't hesitate. This is very important statement for the entire course. Okay. So hope you understand what XML contains, what XSD contains. XML contains data in the form of elements. XSD contains definition of XML elements. Correct? Okay, so now what are the type of elements in an XML? Simple element, complex element, attribute. Let's assume you have an XML with 1,000 lines. Okay, or you have an XML with 10,000 lines, or you have an XML with 1 lakh lines. Whatever may be the lines in the XML, finally each line of the XML, either simple element or complex element or attribute. That's it, not more than that. Agree? If you have a small
Yes, sir.
XML, or you may have a big XML. Okay, you may have a small XML, or you have 1 line XML, you may have 1 lakh lines of XML. But that XML document contains collection of simple elements, complex elements, attributes, not more than that. Will you agree with me or not?
Yes, sir.
I got only a 1S, expecting from
Clear,
everybody.
clear, sir.
Everybody should involve, guys. Okay,
Yes, sir.
right. Now come to XSD. What XSD contains now? What XSD contains? So XSD contains
XSD contains definition
definition
of
of element. That means
XML.
definition of simple element, definition of complex element, definition of attribute. Agree, sir?
Yes, sir.
Compare these two statements. Okay, XML contains data, XSD contains definition of data. XSD contains definition of data. XML contains data in the form of elements. What are the type of elements? Simple element, complex element, attribute. Come to XSD. XSD contains definition of data. That means definition of element. Definition of element means, if you elaborate that, definition of simple element, definition of complex element, definition of attribute. Any questions?
Nothing.
No, sir.
Okay. So next time, if anybody asks you to prepare a proper XML, if anybody asks you to prepare a proper XML, they should give you requirement, and they also need to give you definition. If they don't give you definition, you cannot prepare valid XML. If there is no definition, we don't know. I mean, whoever is giving the requirement, that person only need to give you the definition. Okay, suppose I am giving you the requirement to you, I only should give you the definition. Okay, then only you can prepare the XML. Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay, suppose let's take an example. My example, I'm giving a requirement. My requirement is student number is 101, his name is Gopi. This is my requirement. Okay, can you all, if I ask you guys, can you prepare valid XML for this statement? Possible? Not possible? Is it possible or not possible to prepare the valid
Possible,
XML?
sir. Possible.
Possible, sir.
Not possible.
Possible?
It
Valid.
is possible when we have definition, sir.
But,
Sir,
but this is
attribute.
what I gave. This is what I gave, guys. That's it.
Sir,
I gave
if
you one. Okay,
oh
listen.
definition, no, there is no definition.
What I'm saying is, I am giving you this one line. Now tell me, you are able to prepare valid XML or not?
Not, sir.
No,
Not
sir.
possible. Not possible. Because to prepare the valid
There is
XML,
no definition.
what thing we need? Definition we need. We need definition. If there is no definition, you cannot prepare valid XML. Okay. So I will give you the definition now. I will say create two simple elements. Name them as s underscore name comma s underscore id, s underscore name and s underscore id. S underscore id must be integer. S underscore name must be string. Okay. Create a grouping element, name it as stu. Create a grouping element, name it as stu. So in my definition, I'm asking to create two simple elements. I'm asking you to create two simple elements, and SID, they are SID and SName. SID must contain integer data, SName contains string data. Group these two, because if we have more than one element, we must have a complex element, correct? Create a grouping element, and name it as stu. Okay, along with the requirement, I gave the definition. I gave you the definition. Okay, can we prepare XML now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can prepare XML, right? So
Yes, sir.
tell me, what is the complex element as per definition?
STU.
STU. It's pretty clear. In definition, everything is clear. STU is the complex element. Okay, there should be open tag, there should be close tag. Okay, under STU, what are all the simple elements we want to create?
Yes underscore name,
Yes,
yes underscore ID.
S underscore ID 101 and S underscore name. What is the name? Gopi. S underscore name. Okay, let's say one person prepared this XML and there is another person prepared the XML like this. Third person prepared the XML like this. Okay, so total there are 3 XMLs. Now we have 3 XMLs. Now tell me, the first XML, is it well formed or not? Well formed
Not, sir.
or not? Okay, sorry. Okay, so tell me guys, the first XML, is it well formed or not? Well formed or not? Why it is not well formed?
The data in SID should be in strings, sir.
Data is not matter. Data is not matter, right? Well formed XML, syntax is only matter.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it
a
well
well formed,
formed or
sir.
not? Come on guys, is it well formed or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It is well formed, no doubt. It is following the complete syntax rules. It is well formed. Okay.
Yes, sir.
It is no doubt in that. Okay. Let's do this way.
Sir, it is the integer.
Is it well formed or not?
Yes,
no,
sir.
answer my question. Just answer my question. Is it well formed or not?
Yes, sir.
It is well
Yes,
formed.
sir.
It is well formed.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no doubt in that. Because it is following all syntax rules. Now tell me, is it valid or not?
No, sir.
No, sir. Yes, per definition, no.
Yeah, it's not valid. As per definition, it's not valid. As per definition, we should use S underscore ID, not SID. Correct? It is not valid. This is well formed, but not valid. Well formed, but not valid. Background noise. Getting some music, guys. Please go on mute. Vikram. Okay. So, if you take the second example, tell me, is it well formed or not? Is it well formed or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, well formed, sir.
Well formed. It is well formed. Okay. Is it valid or not?
No, sir.
It's not valid because what is the reason?
Yes, name.
As per definition.
S name, sir. As per definition.
Not as per definition. It should be S underscore name. Okay. So this is well formed, but not valid. Okay. Coming to the third example, tell me, is it well formed or not?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to answer some questions. Well formed or not?
Yes, sir. Well formed.
It is well formed. It is well formed. It is not valid. Not well formed, but not valid. Why?
Data.
Data is not as per definition. As per definition, ID must be an integer. Student ID must be an integer. So this is also well formed but not valid. Okay. So let me go to the fourth XML. Fourth XML. If you see this, now tell me, what is this? What is the data? 101. Okay. Now tell me, XML4, is it well formed or not?
Sir.
Well formed, sir. Yes, sir.
It is well formed. Is it valid or not?
Right,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Valid.
Is valid. It is well formed and valid. It is well formed and valid. Okay. So now you understand the difference, guys? What is well formed XML? What is valid XML? And how we create the valid XML? If you want to create the valid XML, you should have requirement, and you also must have definition. You must, based on the requirement and definition, if you prepare the XML, then only it is well formed as well as valid. Otherwise, if you simply follow the syntax rules, it is just well formed, not valid. Okay. Any questions till this point? Till this point?
Nothing from my end, sir. Got it.
Okay. Good. So now we learn what is well-formed XML, what we mean by valid XML, how to write some XML examples. Okay. But if you see the definition part, I wrote some English statement. It is just an English statement, not more than that. Correct? It's not a program. Correct? So, but this is not the way we need to write the definition. I wrote it in this way because to make you understand. Okay. But XSD we need to write technically. Technically, we need to write definition of simple element, definition of complex element, definition of attribute. Okay. This is theoretical way I wrote the definition, but this is not programmatical way. So instead of writing theoretical way, we need to write the definition in programmatical way. Programmatical. This is programmatical. This XML is a program. This is a kind of programmatical representation. Okay, this is theory, just an English statement, not more than that. So we need to learn how to write XSD, define a simple element, define a complex element, define an attribute, how to write the program. Okay, any questions? Any questions?
No, sir.
No. Okay. So guys, I'm going to cover how to write XSD technically, not theoretical way. Technically, how to write an XSD, that I will cover in the next session. Okay, for today, because I need one full session to cover that. Okay, today it's already, time is already over. So it may not enough for me to cover the complete session. Okay, I will stop the session here. Let me stop the recording.